it's going to be the most important match between both countries, but they kind of really know each other well.
Yeah, we know each other very well, so both teams will have a great number of information about each other. We know exactly what each other are doing. I think, as you said, it's a very important match. The last couple of, you've seen in all finals, in all Euros and World Cups, the first match is very important, and in this case it's very important, and we meet in Stuttgart, and so we have a lot of information about each other, and we can't wait to get started. I was impressed with Slovenia. I was impressed with the way they played. I studied them before we met them, of course, back a couple of years back, and I like the work that the coach is doing with the team. I like the expression, the togetherness, and the tactical, very strong tactical team, and with world-class players in the back and in the front, and international great level all over the place. So I have great respect for Slovenian football.
It's been quite a journey for the Slovenian team, because in the middle of the League of Nations, after losing to Serbia 4-1, everybody was thinking, oh my God, this is going to fall apart.
That's football.
Yeah, it is. It's been a journey also for the Danish team, with the high of playing against England in the semi-finals of the Euros. Where do you think your team is now?
Yeah, so we've been criticized a lot at home for this qualification. So after the World Cup, where we disappointed, we didn't play our best football, and after the Euros, where we did very well, we had a World Cup qualification where the first 9 matches we won 9 and had 30-0 in goal scoring, and we were on the high, and then we're trying different things, and in this 23 it's been bumpy. It's been a bumpy road. I played, I think, 39 players in this campaign. Having some difficulties, I think, with everything we do, but still enough quality to qualify and win the group, but not our best. But we know we learn, and in sports it's like, either you have success or you try. It's stepping stones to success, and it can go very quickly. It can go very fast from one to another. So we know that. We are always trying to learn, always trying to take the next step. And in football, it can happen from one day to another, either way.
Because you kind of feel that it's always been better for smaller nations, and let's say you're also a smaller nation.
We are.
Yeah, I mean, not as small as us, but still, hey. That you kind of start off from the position of an outsider, where people aren't, really looking at you. Well, Denmark came into a position that they were like, seen as favorites after that World Cup qualifying campaign. You were brilliant. Is it maybe going to be a bit easier, I don't know, psychologically, like an outset for the players for this Euro?
I've always tried to work against that underdog mentality that I think we have had. That we like not to be. When we won in '92, we didn't even qualify. And we came, and the story is like the fairy tale of Hans Christian Andersen. We didn't even qualify, and we like to be the small one, trying to beat the bigger ones. And I like to change the mentality that if we want to be and try to be get closer to the biggest nations, we must work very hard. We must also change the mentality and take action in the matches. Make sure to take control against England, France. We beat France twice in Nations League, where we try to take action and be dominant in the matches, because you need to think this way if we want to go far. So we try to change mentality, but for sure in Denmark we like to be underdogs, and maybe this time, because our campaign hasn't been perfect, maybe we are where we are best. Who knows? But honestly I don't like underdog mentality. I like to think and believe in ourselves and take care of the matches as good as possible and as dominant as possible. That's how I think. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Gerard from Sky Sports.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
nice
you.
To meet
Hi
you.
there.
Okay.
Jamie, you good? What are your thoughts when Group C came out?
Yeah, difficult of course, but interesting. And hey, it's going to be a great summer, great stadiums, close to Denmark. A lot of people will travel, thousands of people will travel and try to make it Denmark. And so, yeah, and obviously the group is strong. England is one of the top favorites for me. I said, I think 5-6 years ago, I looked at the English potential and the number of talents coming up, and you see some of the young talents just developing incredibly. I think the talent and the quality of the England side and Gareth, the way he's been working with the team is great, and I think it's one of the biggest, it's one of the favorites for this tournament. We lost at Wembley a couple of years ago, and we would like to try again. So we can't wait to play them in Frankfurt.
I didn't want to bring that up, but you played them at a major tournament before, so it was a good game. It was as you say, it was a difficult result for you in the end. But what do you make of your progression and how England progression, and maybe how this game could match up in a group stage as well?
Yeah, to be honest, our World Cup was obviously a big disappointment. So after the Euros, we continued in the fall of 21 with an incredible performances. We won 9 games consecutive in the World Cup qualification, but after the World Cup, where we didn't play well, and also it's been a bumpy road in 23 for us. We've been searching a little bit for our top performances, but we also introduced a couple of new players, and some of them, like Rasmus Hjulmand, has kicked in the door, and that was in 23. He started his first match in March against Finland and scored 3. So we also introduced a number of young players. So it's been a little bit bumpy, 23, but we have 6 months to get our best A game going, and we hope for the best. And sometimes, football can be. Yeah, we came in flying for the World Cup and we didn't perform. Sometimes it's like that. We will do our very best to be at our best in the summer.
Kasper, Gareth Southgate is just literally a few yards from for us now. He's under pressure, as you well know, probably from the expectations on England as well. And you ask so many people here and they say England are favourites not just to get out of the group but to win the whole tournament. Is that pressure justified from what you've seen from an English perspective?
I think it's a great team, but just so you know, everyone knows that everything can happen in football, and success is such it's a tight margin in football, and you can be the best team on the pitch and lose, and you can be the worst team on the pitch and win. That's how football is, and that's why it's an interesting game. I think Gareth is doing an incredible job with the England side, and I've seen some of the criticism against the English team. I know it from Denmark. It's the same. It's not enough to win anymore, and that's how it is. Also because it's a great team. It's a great football nation. But I just want to say Gareth has done a great job, and I can see the progression of the team clearly, and the number of talented players and quality is great, and Gareth is doing great.
Just the last one for me is, in your first answer, you alluded to the fact Denmark is, well, we're not very, very close to it here in Hamburg, the border. In terms of the Danish fans, to be able to get just the occasion, and how having a strong backing, a lot of fans in the stadiums, they could be sometimes the 1%ers that help. So how much? It's going to be an incredible occasion.
It's going to be an incredible occasion. I remember in '88, my dad put me in a car, and we went to Hanover and watched the Danish national team. And I was a young boy, saw the national team play against Spain. And this summer, thousands of Danish people will go to Germany and try to make it Denmark. And that support we get from the population is incredible. We played it in packed stadiums and all over the place, and in Copenhagen the last 2 years. It's been incredible, and for sure Denmark will try to make Germany red and white the next summer.
Good stuff. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Ask 2 quick questions.
Sure.
Just
Where are you from?
From the Press Association in
Okay.
the UK. So it's going to be English related. The first one is just the way the draws come. Do you see that England-Denmark game is key to topping the group?
Who knows? I think I'm very focused on the first match against Slovenia. It's going to be a very important match for us to win that first one. When we went to the World Cup, we didn't win the first one, and it put us under pressure. We drew the first one. So for me, the key game is the first one, and then after that one, the key game will be against England in Frankfurt.
And I just wanted to follow up.
You spoke about Rasmus Højlund. I was just wondering how you thought he'd done at Manchester United. Obviously, he hasn't scored in the Premier League as yet. But he's done very well in the Champions League, and he's adapted as well as I think many people could have hoped.
I think he's doing incredible. He's 20 years old, and I think I saw his first appearance. I think in the first minute he just hammered into the first centre back he could find, and from there he left a performance on the pitch. Every time he plays, he leaves something on the pitch. So it's just a matter of time before the goals will come as well. I think Rasmus, as a 20-year-old, he shows why he's there. He wants to learn, he wants to work. He's doing his absolutely best for the team all the time. And for us, he's a key player, and I think he's performing very well at United. And I can't wait for him also to score some goals because he deserves it.
So his mentality seems to.
His mentality is so strong. That's why he's there. He's just eager to learn every day, and he wants to be out there. And his personality is extrovert, and he loves to play. He wants to win, and he's not holding back anything. When he's on the pitch, he gives everything. That's how Rasmus is, and that's why he is a top player, and he's only 20. I think he will be. The acceleration he has been doing the last 2 years is because of his personality. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Kasper.